Hey guys, today we're doing a MELUSI versus ELA video. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you do enjoy today's content, and we'll get straight into the video. Starting off with ELA, as most of you will know, she has a Grismot mine, which is her gadget. This will allow an enemy to be stunned and blinded, which is a very useful thing in terms of trying to slow down an enemy pushing a specific site. ELA does contain as well her weapons, which are the Scorpion EVO3A1, as well as the FO12 as her secondary choice, and then her third weapon as her pistol, the RG15. ELA also does have the option to get either barbed wire or deployable shield. Generally speaking, I would go for the deployable shield. It kind of gives more of a hold for a potential support operator on site if you're going to do that roam strat with ELA. However, if you wanted to kind of play on site or play near site, barbed wire is also an option to kind of give info for you to potentially move on the sound call. This season specific meta has changed. People do kind of mess around with the FO12, which is the semi-automatic shotgun. Now the fire rate of this thing is immense, like it's insane. How it's just generally ridiculous, and personally I think it should be nerfed. There are some limitations, obviously, as it's a shotgun. There's a specific amount of range you can get to it. However, coming around a corner, let's say you're in a situation where you're in a closet or in a corner, you will not be able to challenge anyone coming around that corner who's playing ELA with that FO12. The fire rate is just insane, and it kind of neutralizes the somewhat low damage for a shotgun, sitting at 35. But generally speaking, I would stick to the Scorpion EVO3A1, or just the Scorpion. That has 23 damage, however, it is kind of a headshot machine. If you have pretty decent aim, even if you don't, its fire rate as well is pretty high, so it allows you to put a lot of bullets into the opposition. So I do recommend that over the shotgun. And obviously the pistol is everyone's favorite with the reflex scope. Now, as I say, like a kind of Ash on defense, ELA is a 3-speed 1 armor, allowing her to kind of run away from any situation. Let's say you're being droned in a corner where you're hiding with ELA, you can place down a Grismot and kind of run away. So her gadget being kind of like the fact that you're able to kind of like lob it out like a grenade, kind of gives that like advantage to you. You can like prevent an enemy from pushing you by slowing them down with that mine, and then kind of get away back to site or wherever you want to go. Now, in the recent season, she has actually been nerfed, as Grismot mine does no longer slow your sensitivity. Now, this is a big plus to many people. My opinion as well, strongly, I disagreed with the fact that it messed with your sense, as it was pretty OP, considering that if someone was to swing around the corner, you could barely see them, kind of test your luck. However, I wouldn't specifically say that this was one of the best changes. Yes, the sense obviously is a massive upgrade, you being able to have your sense. But generally speaking, the mine, for me, I would rather not have a massive white flash when the stun goes off. It'd be just a lot better because it kind of just instantly neutral. It's like a flashbang for like a split second, and in that split second, I have died many times to pushing through a door and then being completely white, even though it is meant to be an alibi, not a stun, like a flashbang rather. So that is one of the massive things I have to complain about the ELA mine. Yes, the sense is a massive upgrade, however, that specifically really does get to me in the game. Now, finally, in this current meta, if I was to pick ELA in this situation, yes, the plus sides would be me being able to, portably carry my gadget, chuck 2 on site for info, and then carry 1 around with me while I roam around the map. However, in terms of info and where like someone's pushing, yes, the Grismot will potentially stun someone and prevent them from pushing into a site, and obviously give the sound call. However, now in this meta, as I want to give you the most useful tips for like the kind of meta now, what people tend to do due to the sensitivity change is they kind of deny the fact, ignore rather, the fact that they are stunned and will continue to push, as their sense is completely fine and they can get lucky. So generally speaking, ELA compared to MELUSI in that side would be a little bit of a downgrade, as it doesn't really slow them down as much as it used to. Now, this leads perfectly onto MELUSI. Like ELA, starting with her weapons, she has a Super 90 as a 1 option and T5 SMG as a 2nd option. She also has the RG15, like ELA, the reflex pistol. Now, obviously, everyone's favorite is the T5 SMG, which is also Legion's primary weapon. The only downgrade would be the fact that it doesn't have the 1.5 times. However, I still think with the Holo, it is a very good gun. Now, MELUSI's gadgets do contain either an impact or a C4, which generally speaking, I would probably pick the C4 over the impacts, Generally, I would have a smoke on my team or someone with a shotgun to make rotates, or someone with potential impacts as well, like Legion. But the C4 kind of allows you to either place a pre-place one, or get that opening pick by preventing, let's say Sledge or Buck from opening floors above you. Generally, just the C4 is very overpowered. It's such a sneaky way to get a free kill. I would definitely pick that over the impacts. Now, talking about Melusi's gadget, the Banshee Sonic Defense System, it is a triangle device you place on the floor, which not only does give this kind of low rumbling sound, but it also prevents the enemy from moving at their normal speed. Now, this in itself is very overpowered because, again, preventing an operator or you from kind of moving how you normally would, as well as having to worry about the sound it's making and kind of, listening out for where an enemy might suddenly swing at you from the info it gives, kind of just, it just kind of breaks the game. It has recently been balanced with its range. However, still, obviously, as a pick, Melusi is very good for info to place on stairs or, entryways like doors leading into sight. Moving on from this, if I was to play Melusi, even though she is a 3-speed 1 armor, so could have the potential use for roaming around the map like Ela, but generally speaking, I would play on site with Melusi. Her gadgets allow you to kind of get these free picks or free information, which then will allow you to swing on the potential enemy because they'll most likely be trying to destroy the gadget or be distracted by the sound. The main reason why I probably wouldn't really roam with Melusi is generally because her gadget isn't like Ela's, where you can kind of pull it out of your pocket and just chuck at anything, which it will stick to. It is a triangle device which you have to pull out and kind of hold left click on, so to deploy it somewhere on a wall or a floor, on a surface. And personally, I don't really like roaming with Melusi because getting my frags off simple info is a lot better than kind of taking a guess and potentially dying and letting down your team. But obviously, some people may argue with me in saying that once you've placed down all your gadgets, you can you've given off that support to your anchors on site, and you can kind of just get that again opening pick by either a spawn kill or hiding in a corner and getting information from our default cam. But again, my argument is to that the fact that it's kind of a luck-based system where you might not get that opening pick. So yeah, my preference would be to play on site with her. Now, coming to the end of this video, I would like to say that my personal choice would be to pick Melusi over Ela, mainly because of her gun having no recoil and no kind of worriment to whether the gun will go side to side, up or down. Also, having that C4 in hand just gives you such an advantage. Gadget-wise, I think Ela probably does have a little bit of a better gadget just because it's more portable. But in terms of confidence, I would definitely stick to a Melusi pick over Ela. Now, please do let me know down in the description below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on whether or not I am right or wrong, or what you kind of have to say. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button.